Vinesh Phogat. This morning of August 7th is indeed a bad morning for everybody because a gold or silver medal is gone. Your medal contender has been eliminated because by a mere 100 grams, she couldn't make it. But why do you think wrestling is such a difficult sport? It is because of one simple thing: weight. Human body and the challenge to maintain a fit and lean body is the most challenging thing for any human being. Now for wrestlers, it becomes next level to maintain it. When you get into wrestling, you have to ensure that your diet is maintained, but the challenge is to maintain that diet. If you are in a 50 kilo category or in the 52 kilo category, you have to ensure that if you qualify for that category, you are not 1 plus 1 minus 1 kilo under or overweight. After you get into that, you have to maintain it. That is the thing. But the unfortunate thing is, cutting the weight and maintaining it is the most difficult thing. Ask any wrestler that is there. He will tell you, wrestling on the mat is the easiest bit. Maintaining your weight is the most important thing. Vinesh Phogat disqualified from Paris Olympics 2024. Actually, there was a sense of deja vu because it happened 8 years earlier also. Because before I get to that event, how do athletes and wrestlers get the weight cut? Now, to try and fit in a lower weight category, suppose in 53 or 50, athletes cut weight up to 10% of their body mass. The height and the weight, and accordingly the body mass is calculated, and in that athletes cut 10% of their body mass weight. In a hard training session, suppose you are training hard, you are practicing, let's say it goes to math simulation. Wrestlers tend to lose about 1.5 and 2 kilos. Careful monitoring of nutrition and fluid will regain about 1,800 grams. There is an article that was written by ESPN 3 years ago. This is where, speaking to all the specialists, this is where the informations come from. Now, sweating is one option. We have seen Vinesh wearing something and then she was sweating, she was jogging, cycling and doing all that. Why do they do that? Because by sweating, you can lose even more weight. Wrestlers weigh themselves down with heavy hooded jackets and train in an effort to sweat out a few drops. Water intake almost comes to a halt as wrestlers push themselves to the edge of dehydration. Why do you think Vinesh had to go to the polyclinic thing? Because she had pushed herself to the limit of dehydration. And that is why she was sweating profusely. Sauna was tried, but since she had already sweated out, that means there was risk of even further health deterioration. That is why you go into these extreme lengths. You don't have carbs, you only have salads. You don't eat roti, you don't eat dal, you don't eat all the other things. You eat very limited of each. Cakes, chocolates, sweet, forget about it. You will get to 10-15 kilos and then you will gain it in such a way that you cannot recover. Now, this is the sense of deja vu. In 2016, Vinesh was participating in the 48 kilo category in the 2016 Asian Championships, just before Asian Qualifiers, just before the Olympics. Her weight category was 48. But she failed to make the weight because she was 1 kilo overweight in the weigh-ins. She tried to lose that 1 kilo water that was there in her body, but then she couldn't do it. And that is why this had to happen. Earlier, 7 years prior to Vinesh in 2009, Sushil Kumar was overweight by 450 grams for tournament in Thailand and was summarily disqualified. Weigh-ins are there each and every time. You have to ensure that it works. And you have to maintain the weight. That is a strict rule that UWW and wrestling have done it. People were all saying, oh, why doesn't she cut her hair? Why doesn't she go to the other extremes? Why doesn't she draw blood? Boss, I'll just use this forum and tell you guys, have you all gone crazy? Do you want to sacrifice the life of an athlete just because of a false pride that you will all be under? Why no extreme measures can be taken and why it is not advisable also? Because in the long run, it can lead to severe kidney issues and hormonal changes for women. Risk of a serious injury during competition. What if your body loses all the water, the fluids that is there? You're at your barest minimum, lean, fit, without an ounce of fat. But then all your joints, all your limbs, they function in a certain way. Why are you compromising that? It can lead to serious injury also. But the unfortunate thing for Vinesh was that she was participating in the 50 kilo category. And it is universally acknowledged that 50 kilo weight cut is the most difficult in wrestling. Because the margins are so small. You want to eat but you can't. You have to intake fluid but you have to take it in a moderate amount. She couldn't participate in 53 kilo because Antim Pangal had already gotten there. So that is why when the trials happened, Antim defeated Vinesh 10-0. So Vinesh had to get the quota from the 50 kilo and she got it. But this led to the situation that happened on August 7th. So that is why you have to sympathize with Vinesh Phogat. In no way does it demean her achievements, but 100 grams overweight. If you're overweight, you will be disqualified. Vinesh and India learnt it out the hard way. There will be a lot more soul searching from the days after this. Thank you so much folks for joining us for this video. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis.